So after taking some recent time at Bridgerweight, I think with a lot of the fights that's been going on and a lot of good things that's been going on at the certain divisions, I think Lawrence Okolie is definitely waiting to get back in the mix, and he wants to try that heavyweight division. He thinks the heavyweight division is the real deal, and he sees the money they're paying out and what they're doing in that division, and he's saying, why am I missing out on all this money at heavyweight when most of the guys I fought, they're either fighting for belts at cruiserweight or heavyweight. So why am I at Bridgerweight right now? And that was a thing that Deontay Wilder was trying to go towards or insinuate. He was like, heavyweight division is what pushes boxing. That's what carries the sport of boxing. So why would I go to another division and miss out on the things that I've helped build for this division? And Okolie, he's not in the same position as Wilder, but he's looking at it as like heavyweight has big money, a lot of competition, the matchups, a lot of guys I've been in the ring with already. Let me try to go over there and get some things done. Now, at this time right now, it's not a lot of matchups you can think off the top of your mind for Lawrence Okolie. But at the end, you can basically kind of think and figure out like, hey, Okolie's been in this type of fight, that fight. He's at this weight class. Let's try to get him in the mix to find him something to do at heavyweight division. Because it's not a lot of lower tier heavyweights right now. And the guys who lost, they need matchups. And they need certain people they can get in the ring with. And a lot of these matchups can't really come together once guys are losing. And you have two guys who lost try to fight each other. And then some of these guys get sent to the shadow realm or whatever you want to call it. Or back on lower cards. Which is kind of weird because now fighting on a Saudi card and then going to an ESPN card or a Probox card, for some reason now that's kind of looked at as a fighting on lower tier card, but it's still kind of a good thing. You're still fighting in front of eyes, still getting paid a decent amount of money, getting exposure. The attention is still focused on you. You're still involved. Even though you took a loss at Saudi, you still can be connected and still make some moves that can put you back in position to fight for certain things. So with Okolie looking at all that, he's like, hey. And then also, I guess his promotional team is looking at things and saying, hey, we're missing out on a lot of opportunities because we've seen certain guys at Bridgerweight fight at heavyweight, and we're not getting a call on certain fights. So let me try to make this Bridgerweight situation just obsolete, and let me go ahead and move into the division where they have a lot of guys at heavyweight. And that's what's going on. I think it's a perfect idea. I think Lawrence Okolie doing that is going to change a lot of things as far as the course of his career. He's one of those names that he's probably not a household name around the world, but where he's at and the parts where he resides, he's a household name. And he's trying to get back in the mix of things to where same competition he's been facing, he wants to be involved in the same kind of operations. So that's a good idea from where I'm seeing, especially with the way boxing is right now. If you're a heavyweight or close to heavyweight, it might be a good idea for you to try to go to heavyweight. Because when cruiserweights are going to heavyweight, it's a big deal. I heard that Richard Riakpo was somebody who was thinking of going to heavyweight. Now, he's not thinking of going from cruiserweight to Bridgerweight. He's thinking of going from cruiserweight to heavyweight. Because he's seen guys the same size like Wilder and everything else do it. So that kind of gives him some kind of, I don't know what you want to say, some confidence as far as fighting at that weight class. But I know with Okolie looking around and seeing a lot of cruiserweight guys move to heavyweight, he's like, nah, I think I'm going to go to heavyweight and leave this Bridgerweight thing alone. Because it's not really doing enough for my career right now. I'm at a stalemate. It's not really a lot of Bridgerweights you could choose from. So let me just try to move on and get some things going. And the biggest fights right now are in Saudi on heavyweight cards. And anything close or affiliated with Saudi Arabia right now, promotional companies, you definitely are going to want to get involved with a lot of these guys while you have the chance. Because later on down the line, it's going to be very difficult to put some fights together when you haven't been rubbing elbows with certain people. So I think Okolie is going to be able to flourish in that role at heavyweight.